This video is how to map a MIDI note to another MIDI note so that when you play that note, it plays another note instead of the original note. All right, how you do that in Bome Midi Translator? First thing you want to do is make sure you have the checkbox selected for the name of the preset that it's going to be used for, and give it a name. So let's say, well, first I'm gonna go down the list, but you're gonna want to name it. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna click the Add Translator button. This menu is gonna come up. And when you're doing this, when you do this type of process, when you're changing a note to a note, you want to go note on to note on, so that that note is playing exactly the same note on as the old note. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to note on right here. Make sure you got note on selected. Then you're going to go and find the note. Now, the easiest way to find a note is to hit the capture button and then press the key on your controller. But before you do all of this, you need to do one thing, and that's set up your MIDI inputs and MIDI outputs. So you need to go hit that MIDI button at the top and then go in and select your input. Let's say your input's going to be the SmartPad 2. And your output, you need to always select Bome Midi Translator 1 virtual out. All right. Now you go back to that by right-clicking this, or just clicking it, and that menu will pop up. That properties menu will pop back up. So now what you need to do is you need to hit the capture MIDI button for the incoming MIDI message, and then press a pad or a key on your keyboard that you want to map that note to. So this is for the note that you're mapping. So just press the note that you want to map. All right, so I want to map note 57. That's what you want to look at, 57. And then you want to go down here and select 57. Once you do that, you want to check the velocity. Do you want it to be set at a fixed velocity? You need to click this button if you want it to be set at a fixed velocity. If you don't want it to be set at a fixed velocity, just choose any velocity. There are also variables that you can choose. You can go down that list and choose different variables for velocity. Now, once you do that, you want to make sure this is set to project preset default ports. If you choose specific ports, those ports are going to have to be available every time you use this preset. So if you take something out and you disconnect something, then that specific port option is going to be a bad option. So use the preset default ports, which is the ones we selected earlier. Now you go to here. So I'm going to go back so you can see what I did. Outgoing, go to MIDI message, go to note on. All right. Make sure you got your channel selected for that note on. Make sure whatever channel you want to change it to. So whatever channel you're trying to change it to, you need to make sure you put that channel in there. And let's say you want it to be E4. I'm just giving an example. And then it should be done at that point. But what you need to do is you need to be checking this this log window down here. These check boxes tell you what kind of data is being received and sent, so you can identify what's going on with it. But I'm not a fan of looking at this menu. What I do is I open up a VSTI in my digital audio workstation, something that has pads or something like that, and I play notes while I have this open. The other thing is you want to keep the app open while you're running your digital audio workstation. So you want to keep this open while you're running your digital audio workstation, so you can hear the feedback of the notes playing and hear what's going on. I mean, you could use the Microsoft Wavetable synth, but that's not very cool. So what I'm recommending is just do these things. Make sure you got note on, and then once you do that, you name your translator. And let's say I went to E4 and A2 to E4. That's what you would want to put. A2 to E4. And then you want to after that you're really done, but you want to save your progress. So you just hit File, Save. And the other thing, you want to make sure you have that checkbox next to the translator checked. If you don't have that checkbox checked, it's not going to be turned on. That translation is not going to be turned on, so that it's not going to know that those MIDI notes need to be mapped. And that's pretty much it, man. It's not that serious. Once you figure this out, it's good. But I want to tell you the other thing you need to do. So you right click that translator, and you go to duplicate. Now what you want to do to that duplicated version, there's two of them in there. You want to go to Note Off on the menu, and you want to scroll up. You want to go to Note Off again. Now it's complete. You got a note on and a note off. It says it right there. And that's how you do that in Bome Midi Translator. Deuces.